lovely people, my name is Lucille. So, what's up with you guys?
You haven't posted in 6 months?
Well,
You specifically said in your last video that you'd be posting more.
Well, cause...
Yes.
Barry, come on.
Liar.
Listen, a lot happened in this last year.
Grommates, wake up, Grommates.
This has, hands down, without a doubt, been the worst, most mentally detrimental, most traumatic year I have ever had the tragedy of suffering through. You know what they say, no one loves hearing me suffer more than my subscribers. Yeah, be expecting more storytime videos, that's all I have to say. Cause this is the bottom. Anyway, so my house got broken into 3 times. Actually, originally this video was gonna be me making a scrap cat tower for my roommate's cat out of like boxes and stuff I spent months collecting. Don't believe me? In the words of famed retro pop artist Bruno Mars, just watch. What do you have to say to the people of Panem? But then while all of that was happening, something else happened. And I thought, what do people want? Me playing on the floor with cardboard? Or me beating shit up with a bat? More on that later. So at the start of the month, I think it was January, my friends and I were all peacefully sleeping in our separate rooms. And by that I mean they were all sleeping and I was up at 3 in the morning watching Minecraft speedruns. Yep. Yeah. Anyways, I'm on the top floor and my downstairs roommate got awoken by the sound of a man in our house. And our dog Riley, who was downstairs with her, started like barking at this guy. And it was real loud. So naturally I slept through the whole ordeal. But my roommates gave me the recap the next morning, so. Apparently this guy had come in and then after hearing her starting to bark, he was like trying to shush her, being like, shh, like shut up, like stop. You know, as men sound. I would like to introduce you guys to Riley, but sadly, she is not with us anymore. Oh, she just went home. She's not dead, guys. I do still think it's crucial to me that you all see her though, so this is her. Someone left the door unlocked. Couldn't have been me though. I don't go outside. The man runs out of the house before we could actually see him, or like who he was or what was going on. And that was the end of that. Maybe he had bad intentions, or maybe he was just a drunk idiot. Or mayhaps both.
That's not a word.
Mayhaps it was both.
Saying again actually doesn't make it a word.
Mayhaps it was both things. Speaking of made-up words, welcome to a segment that I'm going to be called Learning English. Welcome to a segment I'm going to be calling Learning English with Emma. Or you could even say Emglish. I have recently discovered a new term. And I need it to become normalized in society, so I'm telling you so you can spread it like a virus. Too soon? The word is yikers. It's like yikes, but with spice. Missed a homework deadline? Yikes. Got hit by a car? Yikers. Chop chop, make it happen, thank you. So we thought that was all done with, but then a week later my roommate Kathy was taking her dog Coco for a walk. Special guest star announcement. Hi, Coco. Very good. Tell them what happened, girl. Good job. Well, she saw this. Some guy, may have been the same one, may not have been, was trying to get into our front door. After a few failed attempts, he just, like, walked away. Now, here's where you're thinking, after this, right? Surely you guys must have gotten real careful about keeping those doors locked. No. Couldn't have been me. I don't go outside.
Yeah, that's not the flex that you think it is.
A new segment on the Lucille channel where we get wet. No. Anyways. Literally, where was I? Oh yeah, my hair is red now. It's mental illness, isn't it? Oh god, I'm not doing well. Literally, what was I saying? Oh yeah, 2 attempted break-ins. Right. And then there was the third. And this one was the worst because I was actually inside of the house. For context, earlier in the day, myself and my roommates had gone out, but then I'd stayed out longer than them, so they'd come home and there was like a half-hour window where I was still out, and then I came home, and in that time they all like went to bed to go take naps. So they went to go take their daily like 3-hour nap. Anyway, in that 30-minute time frame, I was not home and someone had left the door unlocked. We haven't done it since, alright? And not that anyone's taking note, but it wasn't me. So one of my roommates of the 4 of us was back in her hometown and she left her door wide open. So hypothetically, if someone was gonna hide out in a room, I suspect they would go into the empty one. That night we were watching Love Island.
What was that?
We were watching Love Island.
Say it again.
Love Island. Not a word about this. I was at a real low. We were in about 5 episodes deep when we heard footsteps sounding from upstairs. But Emma, it could have been the people who live in the unit above you. Oh yeah. Except there are no people who live above us. The only person who was home besides us was Kathy, who was asleep, presumably just like extending the 3-hour nap into like a 6-hour. Anyway, you know what? This might be helpful. Let's recreate it. I called Kathy and I said, "Are you upstairs?
Yeah.
Have you been moving?
No, I was asleep.
Where's your dog?"
Coco's in her crate.
Okay. My roommate and I, who are downstairs, kind of just looked at each other and I said, "Kathy, we can hear footsteps.
How do you know?
Someone's upstairs."
What?
I could hear walking through the hallway and into a room, and it sounded like an item fell and hit the floor. Our floor is carpet, by the way, so like it wasn't like thunk, but it was like thunk. You know what I'm saying? Lil Thunk. That sounds like a rapper name. Hey yo, Lil Thunk. I calmly told Kathy that if she was comfortable, she might want to come down the stairs so that we could conglomerate and leave the situation. So after a couple minutes, there was like no noise. She came down the stairs and she turned the corner and she walks into the room. And my roommate and I are just sitting there like still as a fucking statue, just silently weeping. Like just a little. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, place your bets as to what you think Emma did next. Is it A, continue weeping, B, run, C, pee a little, or D, how'd I get 5 fingers? I was or D, all of the above. If you chose D, you would be correct! It's always all of the above. Come on, guys. So Kathy and I bolted very swiftly out of the house, not realizing we'd abandoned one of my roommates who was frozen on the couch in like a state of fear-induced paralysis, and I did not look back. I didn't see, okay? I didn't know. I'm a good friend, I swear. Did I go back in to help though? No. She finally came out and we were just like standing in the freezing cold in our PJs. We needed to go somewhere so we wouldn't get frozen because it was really cold at the time. So we went over to our neighbor's house and we knocked, and thankfully like this group of girls opened the door. We explained what happened, and being that it was a group of girls, they were like, "Oh yeah, man scary, come inside." And just to be safe, one of my roommates did call the police. And while that was happening, I called my friend Michael, and he was like, protect mode. 10 minutes later, the police? 10 minutes later, the police arrive, and I'm thinking to myself as they walk up our stairs, I'm like, how funny would it be if they just like didn't find anyone though? There was a definite clatter and footsteps from above. So like, unless it was a ghost. Oh yeah, by the way, when we moved in, there was 500,000% a ghost, by the way. But we saged them out months ago, so like, no way it could have been Jennifer. Jennifer was cool. She was like a, you know, one of us, one of the girls, a feminist, I'm sure. She just like playing light switch with me a little bit too much. And it was getting on my nerves just a little bit, so gotta go. The popo throw open the door and they do like their thing. Bang! If you're in there, come out. Or whatever. And they disappeared for 10 minutes. And when they came out, yeah, they were like, no one was in there. Not gonna lie, personally, I don't buy it. Our house is pretty gigantic and we are only a balcony's jump away from this huge like expanse of connected yards and then just like forest area. And our back door was unlocked when we got in. The back door which leads onto the porch. Unless my girl Jennifer was making an appearance. Safe to say, we never found out who it was or what they wanted. One of my roommates had a very bad stalker situation in the past with like the person showing up at their house, so possibly was that. Also, we live in kind of a weird area in a house that's full of women. I've actually heard stories like these happen to a lot of college girls before, and so... You know what? Actually, that tragically wasn't the last time the cops would be called to our house. It happened once later when we heard a boy in a neighboring apartment beating his girlfriend. And another time when they were called on me. That's for another video. It hasn't been a good year, guys. Has not been a good year for me. My friend Michael stayed the night with us, and then the next day we all got some sexy murder weapons. Pink! Because I intend on murdering fashionably. Hot girl summer? More like Batgirl summer. Come near me and I'll fucking beat your skull in. I think I might have some unaddressed issues I need to be working on. Anyway, so for the next few days I would just walk into the middle of our complex where there's like this big field. It's like in the center so everyone can see. And I would just... I think that sent a pretty clear message because they didn't come back. So everyone is welcome. I am a hero. I am the savior. I am a god. Lesson learned. No, actual moral of the story, if my house was broken into, I would sleep through the whole thing. So yeah, end of video story. If you liked this video, then please like it, and if you want to join our wonderful little family, then be sure to subscribe down below. And as always, please leave me comments. I love oversharing, and as always I will respond to everyone, and I just love hearing from everyone. So make sure you're taking care of your mental health and hydrating. Glug glug bitch. Okay. I will shut up. I love and appreciate you guys all so much. Bye.